Hi everyone, today I am going to be doing a bit more of the Wonder Room. I shall just zoom out so you can see which picture I mean. This is from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Oop, let me just pull the book down so you can have a look. So we have all the artefacts and the desk and different bits and pieces, and I've done some videos already. Got the fishbowl and the lamp. I've done this collection of bits and the cuckoo clock and these items and the chair and a picture over the other side, which I can't show you because of the I haven't got the space to move my book at the minute. But we're going to do on this little section here, as I've had a request for it, so I thought I would have a go. Now the actual piece of furniture here is going to be done with the same colours as the chair. Now if I remember rightly, we used the Bistre for a base, and then we used the Van Dyck Brown to darken it up a little bit, and we didn't do it too dark. I think I need to do those bits just to show you what it's going to look like when it's with every sort of all the other bits in it. So I'm going to just do a quick Bistre coating here. I'm not going to, it's no good me showing you the Bistre because it's really teeny. So I think it's important to do this because we need to think about what colour we're going to do all the other bits and bobs. So just go up there. I'm not going to do the draw bit. I think there's too much to do without that, but I'm just going to show you this. Now this Bistre would go all over the whole thing, so but I'm just doing it here where it's going to, so we can see what colours to put next to it. They'll all work. Okay, now the back wall of the cabinet is going to be dark and in the shade. I'm going to use the Van Dyck Brown just to do some shading around this wood bit. So for example here, there's going to be a bit of shadow, isn't there, under there, yeah, and then maybe a little bit on each edge like that. And then under here where the shade of the drawer comes, and on these bits I'm just going to do a little bit on each one. So the same here, a bit in the centre like that, and under the drawer. Now this back piece, it's a little bit confusing because we can't see the sort of base of the shelf, only the back. But I'm going to do it in quite a dark brown, so I'm continuing to use this Van Dyck Brown at the moment to do it, and I'm just seeing whether that's going to be dark enough for to make it look like it's sort of far back. Because it's, you know, obviously it's a little, it's like an open cupboard really, isn't it? And this is this sort of back wall. So we want to make it look like it's far away. And also it will be dark because there's not much light is going to get into the back of there. So that's why we've chosen a darker colour. And hopefully once I'm done, look at this cute little elephant. So lovely. Hopefully once this is done, we'll be able to have a think about whether it's working. So here we go. Now it's a bit tricky because if we were looking in a cupboard, we wouldn't just see the very back, which is how Johanna's drawn it. We would actually see some of the side of it as well. So there would be, as this is obviously the side of the cupboard, and there will be a side here as well, and I'm not too, and that might be the bottom down there. I'm not really too sure on exactly how that would all work with regards to shading and things, so I'm just going to ignore that, I think, and I'm going to go in with my dark sepia, and I'm going to go in around these edges and try and just put in a little bit more of a darker tone around the edge of everything, because I think that might help us see that it's in the distance more. I'm also going over the bits that I've missed, which is always good. We'll see if that works. The light is really shining off the pencil. They're so shiny when they're put down. There's a little bit of a gap in there. Let's have a look. I think this looks a bit scruffy. I'm going to go back in with my Dyck Brown and just colour it with a circular movement to try and get a nice even finish. Although it's wood, it might be up and down thinking about it. You know, we'd have a grain. But I just want it to look like we've got a bit more coverage, especially there. That doesn't seem to want to take the pencil very well. That's better. And I'm going to do the same over here, coming down towards the elephant, because it looks a little bit scruffy. You may have done yours neatly enough the first time. But polychromos often need a few layers. Right, what I'm going to do now is do the foreground items, and we will see whether this has worked with regards to the 3D effect, I suppose to call it. Now we've got books, boxes, elephant. I'm going to start with the elephant because he's cute. Now I'm going to use a brownie grey. In the polychromos they're called warm greys for the elephant, because I think we've got silvers on this page in various places, and it will just make him look a little bit different. I'll just drop my pencil. It's come right underneath, right up to the edge of the book. So this is the warm grey 4, I think. Can you even see that? Oh, I'm not sure. And I'm just going to give him a little layer of this. I'm starting off gently, as I always do, and then having a think. I've noticed now by his trunk we're missing a little bit of brown. Can you see? And at the top you may have spotted that already. Now what I think I propose is I might go back and fiddle with that at the end. Let's go up a bit of shadow behind the ear, just a little bit darker towards the bottom where it would be darker. We're just going to leave him like that, just nice and simple. I am going to grab my Dyck Brown and just touch up those little patches which have been standing out as uncoloured. I was going to leave it to the end, but I think there's a huge risk that I will forget, so I shall do it now. There we go. There he is. Isn't he cute? Now we need to do the boxes. Colour-wise, quite interesting. Not really sure. I'm not really, haven't really got a limited colour palette on this page. I'm just choosing things that I like, colours I enjoy, and just I think it's such a mishmash of things in the room that there wouldn't make sense to have a fixed colour palette. So I'm going to grab a nice Manganese Violet and start the box. What I'm going to do is, with the stripes, I'm going to do every other stripe, and I'm using quite a gentle layer at the minute. But we have to look at this and think about the shadow. We've got a lid which is going to be slightly overhanging. It's going to be darker just at the top there, like that. And it might be darker at the bottom because there might be more shadow down there. So just a little bit, just a few subtle differences. And then we need another colour. I think I'm going to go for quite a light pink. This is it's the light magenta. This used to be my teeniest pencil, but I've just got a new one. So I'm afraid that I can't treat you to little magenta. And I have to admit that I've stopped keeping my baby pencils. I know some people keep them, and they are cute, but I've got so many things, and I'm always telling my husband off for being a hoarder, so I just can't do it anymore. It's just not right. It's too hypocritical, so I just pop them in the bin. I know. Now I'm going to do the lid of the box in this colour as well. I think if I was designing a box, that's how I will colour it, and I think the pink will just set off our elephant quite well. Just doing a light layer because I'm thinking about where's it going to be darker and lighter. I think it's going to be lighter on this front edge because the light will be coming in. This will be shadowed by the drawer that's above. So I'm going to make this a bit darker. I'm just simply going to go over with another layer of the pink, and as you can see, it just darkens it up more. And with this side, I'll make it a little bit darker at each end. There. I'm happy with that. Now we need to do the box underneath. And I think I'm going to do... trying to stop my pencils falling around the place. I'm going to do this in a blue. It's always quite tempting to do red with white polka dots, but I thought let's do something a little bit different. Got a really pretty blue here. This is the helio, or yeah, helio turquoise. I'm not sure where's the best for you. Don't know if that's in focus for you anyway. And I'm going to leave the dots white at the moment. That may not be a permanent decision, but I'm going to just have a go with this. You see, it isn't completely blue, and it isn't going to completely match with the box above. Now, I think that's okay, because I think in a room like this, you wouldn't be matching everything together. It's not a sort of pretty sitting room, it's a sort of storage room, isn't it? So I think these are just placed in this place because they fit, not because they fit together. I am a bit mystified as to why there's two books here when the bookcase isn't full. If it was my room, I would have the books in the bookcase. But, you know, if it was my room, it wouldn't look like this. I don't like clutter, because my family are quite messy. So in the sitting room, we've got bits and bobs hanging around. So I can't be doing with lots of bits and bobs all over the shelves, mantel shelves and things as well. Now I'm trying to think of what colour to do the lid. I think I'm going to do it this colour, which is, oh, I can't get it out. It's small, it doesn't want to come out. Here we go. It is this colour here. It is, let me see, cobalt green, light cobalt turquoise. I think it's cobalt turquoise. Pretty sure. We'll do the lid in that colour. Again, I'm just going to do a gentle layer. You see, it's quite similar to the other one. We could have, I suppose we could have done it in the same colour as the bottom bit. Anyway, too late now. So this, I think this lid, again, like the other one, is going to be quite dark. Remember, not only has it got the shadow of the drawer, but it's got this other box on top of it, which will create a bit of a shadow, possibly. And then we'll do this edge a little bit more like we did on the other one. Now you can leave the polka dots as they are, or you could go over them with a bit of white pen. It's up to you. The white pen, you could get rid of the black lines. And if you've gone over the lines, which I have, you might want to just cover that up with a white pen. I'm quite happy leaving it as it is, to be honest. I'm not going to do any more with that. We've got our two books. Let's go for, I was going to go for a brown leather. That's a bad idea. I've got a brown cupboard. Let's have a look. What else can we do? I think we need to go for a nice green, sort of a deep green. I think this colour might be a good green to go for. This is our pine green. And I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to start with back and just do a light layer. And then think about light and shade. It's quite dark in the back of the cupboard. I would think it would get lighter towards the spine because the spine is nearer to the front. Got a little bit there, don't forget. And here we've got this bit here. Don't forget that bit. And then on the spine of the book, I'm going to make it slightly darker on the edges, because often the spine of a book is curved so that it slightly sticks out in the middle compared to the outside. Hard to explain what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't happen with all books. It doesn't happen with colouring books. It's because they're not hardback, I think. Hardback books are a little bit different. So that's what I'm trying to do with that book. Ooh, just dropped my pencil. And I want a bit of gold. Now I cheat with gold. I use the green gold. Here he is. You have to believe me. And just use that without any other colours, and it gives a bit of a gold look. Because there isn't enough space, I'm going to do gold leaf pages as well, gold edges to the pages. There isn't any space, we're going to do the same on that one, to make a gold. You could use a gold pen if you want some bling and sparkle. Sometimes I don't mind mixing pen and pencil, sometimes I do. I'm not in the mood for putting pen on this page at the minute. So just got that final spine. I think I'm going to do it in a red. I'm thinking, you know, old books often in a sort of smart colours. That's not the right colour that I want. This one. Yeah, I think this one. This is 217, which is middle cadmium red. Okay. I'm going to do a light layer. As you may have noticed, I did all these little bits in the gold. And then I'm going to do each edge in this darker colour. Now I'm coming to an end of this little bit. I will continue to do videos of this page if you want them. So do let me know what sorts of bits you want me to do. I'm happy to have a go at anything really. So now we're at the stage where we need to have a look at that cupboard at the back and think about whether that is dark enough and whether it looks three-dimensional enough. I am actually going to grab my dark sepia again and go in a little bit more to just darken up a little bit, maybe in these corners, just to try and make it look really far away. Well, it's the sort of the depth of whatever we think the box is really, isn't it? You could use a bit of black if you really want some darkness on there. I'm actually colouring this by looking in the camera screen because in front of me the light is glaring off the pencil. I can't see. My light is fabulous, but I have to position it in the right way so it doesn't glare off the paper. And when I'm filming, that isn't in the same place as when I'm just colouring without filming. It's quite dingy today, so the light has turned itself. It's very good, it automatically adjusts to the light, but it's turned itself quite bright. But I think it's the first day of autumn today. It won't be when you get this video, it'll be a week after, but it really is very telling, quite chilly, rather nice. Okay, I think I'm going to stop fiddling with that. There we go, so that's that. I think I'm going to leave that there. We've gone on for quite a while, so I hope you've enjoyed that one. I will at some point get round to doing the wall, the background. Now I'm procrastinating, obviously. I'm not going to film it, it's just going to be a blue colour. I haven't decided which one yet, and I'm going to try to get it even, so that's going to be tricky. So there's not going to be any skill to it, it's just gentle perseverance and slow work really. I might show you the floor, the rugs, or any of the other bits and pieces. Just let me know what you want to see. Okay, so that's me for now. Thank you very much for watching and happy colouring.